Hey there, Abby and Andy. It's Jay here at Rorik. I apologize. I am running in 64 different directions at the moment, trying to still catch up. But luckily, I just got my last customers down the road and wanted to quickly make this video. So going over a few things. This particular vehicle, if you would, is a 2022 model year. It was our business manager's brother's vehicle, and it's a CX-9. It is all-wheel drive, and you are going to be powered by a 2.5 Skyactiv turbo. What makes this very unique is the torque figure. So I don't know if you're a fast driver, but this thing moves. But what's nice about it is the way that they had designed it. You'll notice fuel economy is smack dab in the average of every third row. It just happens to be very powerful is all. Now, what makes this Plus trim very unique is the black accents. So up front, you are going to see that you have a gloss black grille, and then you'll see that you have the bigger 20-inch black wheels to match. Now, in terms of the vehicle itself, I'm going to run over two things. One is features, the second is certification. So the first thing in terms of features, I always point out this emblem here. You're going to see is totally flat and huge, and you'll notice a camera up on the windshield. I point those out because these are all of the safety features that this vehicle has, because I know that was a concern of yours, Abby, with safety. So the good news is, yes, if the vehicle ever was involved in a crash, it has a great safety rating, but those features are mainly due to get you out of a crash. So you are going to have all of the collision avoidance features where if the vehicle ever senses that you may collide with something, whether it be a pedestrian, an obstacle, a car, a cyclist, it will yell at you basically to start getting on the brakes before it decides it will automatically brake for you. Now, headlights, they are going to be full LED. So it's going to be like those very bright piercing blue lights you see in a lot of kind of higher end like BMW and Audi. And then you do have LED fog lights down in the front bumper. Lane assistance will be another. So if you're drifting out of the lane, the vehicle will send a vibration through the steering wheel to help alert you. If you are not correcting, it'll actually help steer you back into the lane itself. Same thing, you'll have a backup camera as well as rear cross alert. And that means if you're backing up and the surroundings are not safe to back up, it'll actually send off a warning beep to grab your attention that it is not safe to back up. Probably my favorite feature on this vehicle is actually in the side mirrors. It's blind spot monitoring system. So there will be a series of indicators that light up here in the side mirror just to let you know if someone's on the left or right side of your vehicle. If you happen to be part of the 2% of the world that uses their turn signal, it will actually beep back at you in order to kind of grab your attention that, for instance, you cannot merge into that lane. Now, in terms of interior-wise, you're going to see Mazda, depending upon if you've looked at a couple other brands, they do take a very German engineer approach to their design. So everything is going to be very clean and horizontal, free of a lot of buttons and clutter. In fact, the screen itself you'll see is 11.5 inches. It does sit up very high on the dash like many BMW and Audi products. Now, again, much like the German engineering, everything is controlled on that dial. I'd love to lie and say it's so easy, but the first day or two, it's really going to be a bit of a learning curve because, again, there is no physical touching on the screen. They don't want you looking off to where you have to touch on the screen. So again, radio, whether it be navigation, whether it be Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, depending upon what device you have, is all going to be controlled on that dial. A couple other things with this vehicle, you are going to have upgrades in this package, a 16-speaker Bose stereo system, as you'll see there. There's even a couple tweeters up on top of the dash. Everything is going to be full leather with two-way memory. Obviously, I know Andy is tall enough to be on a can of green beans, so that way you guys can set each other's seating, so that way you're not arguing on who gets in after one another when you're driving. Sunroof will be standard. It's going to be a standard size sunroof. And then in terms of seating wise, you'll see that you have dual zone automatic climate system. And then you'll also have a wireless phone charging pad right down there. And then you also have air conditioned seats, which are quite nice. So the seats are heated and cooled. Now, power liftgate will be another. What I'm going to do is just hit this and not open up the liftgate quite yet. Actually, I lied. I'm going to do it because I wasn't sure where this car was pulling. So you'll see that the liftgate is power. Now, it is also height programmable. I point that out because some people get a little concerned that if they park in a garage, it might open up pretty high and hit something on top. So just wanted to give you a heads up, you can program that to a lower height. Now, all of these vehicles are third row. So right now you are looking at maximum space as the third row is down. Up under here is a hidden floor with some additional storage. And in fact, under that fake floor, I don't have two hands to show you, is also going to be your subwoofer for the Bose system and your spare tire. third row also has charging. As you'll see, they did cup holders and USB charging for the third row. Getting that up is really easy. All you're going to do is pull that little latch, pull the headrest up, and there you go. If you want to pull it down, you just pull that and give it a push, and there you go. I'm going to go ahead and close this. Now we are going to go to the second row because this is a 6-passenger configuration. As you'll see, the second seat has captain seats. These are going to be on a track, so they will slide back and forth. They'll recline. You'll also notice that the rear is going to have their own air conditioning vents, as well as down there 2 USB ports, so that way the rear can charge also. And then one thing I forgot, you'll see that you do have the sunshades that pull up. That's going to be on both windows. Now, of course, I could sit here and kind of go over quite a few more features, but again, just wanted to give you a brief overview of the vehicle and in terms of what it offers. Now, the last thing is going to be certification. So I'll re-explain this when you guys get in, but certified vehicles, we're what is called a class level 1 group. So that means we follow basically more strict guidelines than just an average certification. So in terms of tires, brakes, and rotors, nobody wants to get a new vehicle and realize, a couple months into it, they have to sink stuff like that in. So tires, brakes, and rotors essentially have to be 70% remaining life or better. Your rear tires were at 78% remaining life. However, your front tires did not pass, so you will see the little dots here. We did have to replace the front tires. In terms of brakes, we also had to replace your rear brake pads. They are going to be at 100%. You were 80% remaining life in the front. Also, vehicles do have to be one owner. As I mentioned, this was our business manager's brother's vehicle. They do have to have all service records done, which all service records are present. One thing I had mentioned very unique with us is the Rorick Advantage. So every vehicle has lifetime free oil changes, lifetime free inspections, a free loaner vehicle is provided on every service visit, and even lifetime free car washes. So of course you'll find that if a customer had originally purchased a vehicle from us, you'll have all of those maintenance records available because of course they're going to get it serviced with us because it's free. And then lastly, it does have to be accident free, so there cannot be any accidents reported on the Carfax. So I hope this kind of helps give you a brief overview. Of course, there's a lot more to go over, but I'm looking at the clock right now and realize I've been talking for 7.5 minutes, and you guys are probably like, shut the fuck up, Jay. But anyway, I look forward to seeing you guys a little later, and thank you again for the opportunity.